Former Trump officials who are caring for their newborn children were disappointed to find out that their parental leave benefits are ending under a new Biden administration. Joining us now to give us some more details on this story is Arizona Republican Congresswoman Debbie Lesko. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time today.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us what happened here, because I understand that there were also some members of the administration that actually delayed leaving in terms of having a baby, their maternity leave, and because they thought that it wasn't going to be a problem.
Well, this is really outrageous. When President Biden and the Democrats say they're for women, they need to show it instead of just the talk. And so when you have former Trump political appointees that are employees and they have a baby, so they're on maternity leave, or the husband gets off. I mean, this is part of their legal right. This is something that is in law. And then for the Biden administration to say, oh, sorry, you're out of here, we're not going to cover your maternity leave. It's absolutely outrageous. And it just shocks me that my Democratic colleagues aren't as outraged in calling on President Biden to rectify this. I mean, it's just wrong.
And what is standard for federal employees? What were they expecting to get?
Well, we passed legislation, and under the Trump administration, it got signed into law 12 weeks. 12 weeks family leave when you have a baby. So that applies for both the woman and the man. And, that's what many of these, I guess a couple of these people were told. They talked to their HR, people, payroll people, HR people, and they said, yeah, you're going to get this no matter what happens in the presidential, in the inauguration. So, again,
so you think
this is another example of the Democrats saying one thing, doing another. They say they're for women. They say they're for women and babies and family leave. But here you have the Biden administration pulling this out from under the rug from these people that were relying on it. It's just wrong.
So another example, in your opinion, of former Trump administration officials being targeted simply because they worked for the Trump administration?
Well, it seems like it to me. I guess a lot of people have reached out to the White House for an explanation, and none has been given so far. So you can only speculate, right?
Why should this concern people other than those people specifically being impacted by this?
Well, it's not fair when somebody goes to work and they have an understanding from their HR department that if they have a baby, that they're going to be covered under maternity leave, whether or not that administration continues or not. I mean, let's just get down to it. It's wrong. It's wrong. And I can't believe that President Biden and the new White House administration wouldn't see this for what it is. I mean, we're helping families that have newborn babies, they're on maternity leave, and you're going to take this away from them? I mean, even if they didn't believe in it, just for the PR, I mean, you would think they'd just take care of it. But so I don't understand why they would decline this. It just looks terrible, because it is terrible.
What about in terms of, other constituents across the country? Does this concern you in terms of maybe the direction that the Biden administration will go with other plans when it comes to health care?
Well, we've seen all of the things that he's done with all these executive orders, and now you see what's happening here in the U.S. House of Representatives, where Pelosi and the Democrats want to take away committee assignments from a Republican member. I mean, this has never been done before in history. A lot of the things like proxy voting on the floor that the Democrats are doing, it has never been done before in history, including during the Civil War and other wars. They are doing really unprecedented things, and this is just really bothersome. I mean, no matter if you're Republican or Democrat, if you have a family and they deserve maternity leave, they deserve parental family leave, they should be given it. You know, it doesn't matter if they were part of the Trump administration or part of the Biden administration. I mean, it's just the right thing to do. And it just boggles my mind that the White House, the Biden administration White House, wouldn't just say, you know, go ahead.
Yeah, well, they
let them finish out their parental family leave that they deserve and that they relied on. I just don't understand why they'd even want controversy over this. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, well, President Biden ran on unity, and as you said, he ran on a pro-woman agenda, and it seems that this would perhaps fly in the face of both of those things. Congresswoman Lesko, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.